G'day boys and girls, welcome back to another video on the Bird Pie YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing my BBL 11 predictions. As you might know, I am outside today. The sun's just still over that side. Sunset late in the day over here in WA. And sorry if the wind or the sun gets on, but I can't do much about that because we are outside. So yeah, so as I was saying, I'll be doing my BBL predictions. I'll be doing my ladder predictions, most runs and most wickets, and then predicting who will make the finals and who will be the premiers of BBL 11. So without further ado, let's get straight into our ladder predictions. So at 8th spot, I've got the Melbourne Renegades. Now, I've looked at every team's list for this BBL season, and I've not seen much talent from the Melbourne Renegades. They've got a few good players. They've got Finch and not much else. They haven't got much of a bowling attack really. Or Sean Marsh is alright too with the bat, but they haven't got much of a bowling attack, and I don't think that we can really get much out of their team this year and have a good season. So that's really why I put the Renegades down at number 8th spot. Alright, moving on to 7th, I have the Brisbane Heat. Yeah, same thing. I sort of look at their team. They've got Chris Lynn and Marnus Labuschagne. He's alright too. I think Joe Burns is going into the Stars, but the Heat, they've still got a lot of talent. They're probably a bit better talent than the Renegades, but overall, out of all the Big Bash teams, they haven't got much of a talent really. Chris Lynn's an absolute entertainer to watch. He's really good. Just smashes six for fun, really. But he's good, but they sometimes play some good cricket, the Heat, but not very consistently, so I think they'll have the best year. Alright, 6th spot, just missing out on finals, I've got the Sydney Thunder. Now, they've got some good players. They've got Alex Hales, they've got Usman Khawaja, they've got Callum Ferguson, they've got a few good players, but same thing overall, they can't really compare with all the other teams in the comp. They've got a better list than them. They actually have a decent list, the Thunder. They've got Ben Cutting as well, who came in the last unbeaten BBL 10, and he did alright there as well. Because the Thunder, they haven't shown they haven't shown the best way they've got out of them, and I think they'll just miss out on finals. And yeah, that's why I put them down at number 6. Alright, coming in 5, just making the finals is going to be my team, the Perth Scorchers. They've got a pretty good team with like Liam Livingston, Josh Inglis, and Jason Roy might be playing there. I'm not sure about Colin Munro either. Mitch Marsh, Jason Beridoff, and Andrew Ty as well. Like, we made the final last year, but we didn't perform really that good against the Sixers, and they probably deserve to win the Sixers. But yeah, the Scorchers probably just make finals. Probably haven't got the greatest list compared to the other teams I've got above them. As probably the players are good, but they're not really great. So that's why I put my team, the Perth Scorchers, at number 5. Alright, 4th spot, we've got the Adelaide Strikers. They've got a bit of talent. They've got Alex Carey, they've got Travis Head, they've got Jake Weatherall's alright, and they've got Wes Agar, who's a great bowler. They've got Rashid Khan's a great leggy. I love watching leggies because I'm a leggy myself. I love watching leggies, but I like Rashid Khan. He's very entertaining. T20, I think he's the best T20 bowler in the world, I think, ranked by the ICC. But he's very entertaining to watch as well. And yeah, the Strikers have got some good talent in their team. Some really good talent, but they'll make top 4, but not quite make it towards probably the back end of the finals, like semis and grands. But yeah, the Strikers, I think they'll have a pretty decent year. And we'll move on to number 3. So number 3, I've got the Hobart Hurricanes. Now, they've got a pretty good team with Matthew Wade and Darcy Short, and Riley Meredith was very good last year, and I reckon they have that sort of same form this year as well. I think Darcy Short didn't have the greatest year last year. I think the Hurricanes did either, but Matthew Wade, I think, has been dropped from the Test side in the Ashes, and obviously Alex Carey's taken the first 2 games, but they put Usman Khawaja and Travis Head in for the number 5 spot. But Matthew Wade, he's been, I think, dropped out of the Test side and going to be playing a lot of Big Bash for the Hurricanes and opening up for them and doing a good job for them. But the Hurricanes, they've got a good list, really. I actually don't mind watching their list play, though, with the Hurricanes. And they'll probably make it to close end of finals as well. Alright, second spot, we've got the Melbourne Stars. I felt very sorry for the Stars that they've made so many finals in the past with Big Bash seasons, but they've just choked every time. Like 2 seasons ago in BBL 9, they choked to the Sixers. BBL 8, they choked to the Renegades, which is terrible. I feel very sorry for them, really, that they choked to the Renegades. Who really just they're like none for 93, and they still lost. Because they lost like 7 for 19 or some bloody thing. But I hope I reckon the Stars will probably get right to the final. Be very close to getting their first title, which they should have had like 3 titles by now. I mean, not with the Sixers and the Scorchers, but they keep choking right at the end. I hope they don't. If they make the final, I hope they don't do that this year. I hope they can make it all the way. They've got very good players like Glenn Maxwell and Marcus Stoinis and Sam Rainbird. I don't know if he's right or not. I think Joe Burns, as I said earlier, he's gone down to the Stars, and he might do a bit of a good job there too. So yeah, that's why I put the Stars in at number 2. Right, obviously in first all, the only team left is the Sydney Sixers. They've got a very good team with Josh Philippi and, oh gosh, who else they got? James Vince and Moses Enriquez. Sorry about the sun, by the way. And bowling's very good. Ben Dwarshu's pretty handy batsman actually as well. Jordan Silk's a great fieldsman. Some great fielding he did last season. Very good team to watch here. They've got some good talent in their list. Very good talent because I put him at number 1, but Philippi, he probably has a chance of getting 100 this year. Really, this year's BBL, this season's BBL. So all this to the Sixers and our ladder predictions, and now we will get into most runs and most wickets. So most runs, I'm going to give the spot to Josh Philippi. As I said just before, I think he's got some good form because he debuted in the Australian T20 squad when they played. When they played New Zealand, he was probably not the greatest, but he made to the T20 side, international side, and that's good to see from him. I think he'll probably score a lot of runs. He's a very talented batsman in T20 format and probably one day format as well, but he's a very talented batsman in the Big Bash. He has very good form off the past few seasons, and I think he can get most runs this year. Now on to most wickets. I've gone for a man from the Adelaide Strikers, and that man is Wes Agar. You might think I was going to go Rashid Khan, but I'm going to go Wes Agar. He's been taking a lot of wickets in the past few seasons as well. He's got some very good fast, hostile bowling. I know my man Jai Richardson won it last year, about 29 wickets, I think it was, about 30 or something. But he was pretty good, but I reckon Wes Agar, he was up there as well. I also got Tanveer Sangha, he was quite good last year for the Thunder as well. Wes Agar, he's a good fast bowler for the Hurricanes, the Strikers, sorry. He's been quite good for them over the past few seasons. Bowling very economically, taking a lot of wickets, so I'm going to back him to get the most wickets in BBL 11. Right, now into the final one. Who will make the finals this year? I'm actually going to drop the Sixers out of it, and I'm going to say the Melbourne Stars and the Hurricanes will make the Big Bash final. I think the Sixers will fall short against either the Stars or the Hurricanes, and they'll fall short of the final, with second versus third in the final. And I think the premiers will be the Melbourne Stars. As I said, I hope they don't choke if they make it to the final, because really, they really deserve to win a couple of titles, and they just won none. I hope they do win some. Stars, you're going to be my premier prediction. So yeah, guys, that will do the video actually. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the Bird Pie YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I really need to get subscribers by the end of the year. I much appreciate if you subscribe. And yeah, and at the end of the season, which will probably be about February or something like that, or maybe sometime in February next year, I'll be reacting to my BBL predictions and watching how I did and what I did good, what I did bad. But yeah, that'll sum up the video, and thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Goodbye.